I told myself I was not going to do a video discussing this. I mean, I almost did, but then I said, no, I'm going to scale back and not talk about it. But then I uploaded a video recently talking about Lisa Snyder, and she was one of my people in the Strag Tales series. Strag Tales number 9, by the way. And I uploaded it, and the very first comment that I saw was something that had nothing to do with the topic whatsoever. And that person basically said some Negro would hit that. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the topic was about the woman who hanged her 2 children a couple months ago. And then right before she did it, she basically acted in intercourse with her dog. She committed bestiality. And of course, you know, she's a palm-colored woman. And the first comment that I saw was someone said some Negro would hit that. Let me tell y'all something right now, and this is to my subscribers or anybody who watches my videos. Not every goddamn video that I talk about that involves palm-colored people, whether it is a man or a woman, has anything to do with a melanated person, preferably black, wanting to fuck them. I don't know what it is with some of you that literally have to leave a comment like that on almost every goddamn video I do about them. If the topic of discussion has nothing to do with interracial dating or mating like that, or quote unquote swirling, then don't leave the goddamn comments. Some of y'all about to start getting blocked because some of you, I think, are trolling. I get tired of seeing those comments on those videos that has absolutely, positively nothing to do with the topic. I kept saying I could turn a blind eye to it and I won't mess with it. I'll just leave it alone. It's one thing when I did the video about Patrick Patterson, then I saw those comments and it was like, okay, fine. And then I know, like, I'm recording this video, by the way, before the video about the Danielle Bergoli one gets premiered today. So y'all will probably see this video about 2 days from now if you get what I mean. I won't be surprised that by the time that video ends, there's going to be a bunch of people saying, I bet a Negro will fuck that. I bet you that's going to be the topic. Or someone's going to leave that comment, even though nowhere in the video am I talking about her messing with a black man. I'm talking about her damn shenanigans. But some of you will find a way to slip that in there somewhere. My thing is this: if y'all hate swirling so much, why do you go out of your way to talk about it all the time? And I even came up with a suggestion. If y'all hate swirling so much or interracial dating so much, why don't you actually conduct maybe a social experiment where you talk to interracial couples and ask them about why they choose to be with each other? Many of you won't even do that. Now notice the picture that I posted up here. Yes, it is a picture of a swirling black and white figure. Like the Twilight Zone. Because sometimes when I read those kinds of comments, I feel like that's where I'm at. One thing I hate is when I do videos and people get off topic in the comment section and derail it into another direction. Now, if someone says off topic and they say, Torian, have you heard about this, that, and that? That's one thing. Because that's a story that maybe I could look into. But when I'm talking about something in particular, don't derail the conversation into a direction that makes no sense. Like the video had nothing to do with this woman or some black man wanting to fuck her. The video had to do with this woman killing her children, and before doing that, and possibly after, fucking her dog. How does the imaginary Negro in your mind just drop right into the equation? He doesn't. I don't know how some of you manage to do that almost every goddamn time. Like I said, some of you think about it so much, it makes me wonder if you yourself wish you could be in that position. It makes me question that. Like I said, I'm an equal opportunity analyst. I'll go in on anybody. And today, I have to go in on some of my subscribers. If they leave Fine, that means they were the hit dog that now hollered. Because I get tired of having to scroll through comments and it has nothing to do with interracial mingling or whatever it may be. And I have to see those comments over and over and over again. Like, give it a rest. Some of you won't even go over to those channels that promote swirling every day and leave those kinds of comments, because you know the people in that comment section will chew you the fuck out and get you blocked and probably find a way to get your channel removed. But you want to come over here and leave the rhetoric on my channel when that's not even the topic of discussion. I told myself I would not do this, not talk about this, but seeing that comment, I was like, okay, I gotta address this. And the thing is, even with me addressing it now, it's not gonna stop. People are still going to leave those comments. I get tired of having to see it. And before any of you come in there and say, because I know some of you probably gonna get the notion, and I'll just say it for you. No, this is not me promoting interracial dating. This is me saying, stop getting off topic in my comment section on various videos. I could be talking about, I'll give you another example where this commonly happens. When I talk about black boys being successful and being entrepreneurs, they'll say, congratulations to these boys. I hope they don't get with a Becky. That's the first thing that comes to your mind, is you thinking that they're going to get with a white girl. And this is coming from both the men and the women saying that. Why? If you look at statistics from the CDC, it says about 86% of black men are married to black women. But what most of you are basing it off of is seeing these athletes like Patrick Patterson or Tiger Woods or a few others who represent a very small percentage, a very, very huge minority, be with palm-colored women and assume that every black man is going to get with them. Some of you are not even in a relationship. Some of you are in a relationship with your own, and you still have time to push or come onto my channel and say those kinds of things. Like I said, if it has absolutely nothing to do with the topic, don't leave it in the comment section, because it throws me off. And what's crazy is you'll have a lot of people will co-sign that as if it's fact. One of the worst things that palm-colored people as a collective who run this damn society is trick black people especially into thinking that we hate our own with a passion. And we'll do anything we can to get away from each other and seek asylum elsewhere. Although some have already done that. But all I'm saying is this. If I keep seeing that in my comment section and it has nothing to do with the topic, especially when it comes to this, and the reason why I'm choosing this is because this is the most common one that I see. It's the most common one. Because now it's almost making it seem like, do you hate interracial relationships? Or are you jealous of them? Are you envious of them? And like I said before, this is not me pushing or endorsing it. It's just me asking simple, common, basic questions. Because every video does not require a comment that deals with multiracial mingling. And that video I did about that Lisa Snyder was one of them. One of many, by the way. And it's crazy too, because many will assume that it's always going to be the black man is going to do it. Like I said, when I talked about those boys in, in Baltimore doing what they're doing, one of the comments I read was, I hope they don't end up with a Becky. But if I was to do something about a successful black girl, I don't see anybody in there saying, I hope she don't end up with a Brad. So now so not only do you derail the conversation into multiracial mingling, but when it comes into that equation, you throw it immediately onto the black male, boy or grown man. And some of these boys are probably not even thinking about being in a relationship right now. They're thinking about getting that paper and making sure they take care of business, something many of you can benefit from or learn from. But many of you are thinking what's down between your legs and throwing it onto them. They ain't thinking about no damn cooch. They thinking about getting and securing that duffel for their families and future generations. They're thinking about generational wealth, something many of us need to be focused on besides who's fucking who. I think hopefully I got my point across, because the shit is ridiculous. I hope that I do not have to come on here again and do, you know what? Scratch that. I'm not going to come on here and do this again. This is going to be the first and only time I address this, because it's tiring. It's annoying to have to see that. Like, really, that video I did on Lisa Snyder was a 5-minute video, and the person who left the comment literally within the first minute of me uploading it, and they automatically said, I bet some Negro would hit that. That's really how they think of black men, that we will go out and fuck anything. And that comes from both the men and the women who say that. That should be an insult. But some people don't like to read stats. And some people just don't like to read. Some don't know how to read, and some do, but just choose not to. I'm going to end the video on that note. Y'all let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you in the next one.